Have you ever laid in bed at night thinking, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this for my health. Tomorrow I'm going to work out. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the chiropractor. Tomorrow I'm going to start eating better. And that tomorrow then becomes tomorrow, which becomes tomorrow, which becomes tomorrow. Then this video is for you. If your kids have ever come up to you and wanted to play and you've been in too much pain or you've had a big day and you're just too exhausted, then this video is for you. If you've come home from a long day at the office and then the kids are chaos and by the time the kids get to bed, you have absolutely no energy to connect with your spouse, this video is for you. On today's video, I want to show you the greater purpose to why you need to get healthy today. Okay, let's go. Welcome back to the channel where we empower families to create awesome health so you can have purpose, presence, and performance for a lifetime. So as I'm recording this, it's just right before Father's Day, and we're going away for the weekend to celebrate Father's Day. If you are a dad, if you are a mom, then listen up. Or if you're going to be a mom, or if you're going to be a dad, then listen up. Or if you have somebody that you care about in your life, then listen up. Or if you want somebody to care about in your life, then listen up. One of the things that we often downplay is the role that we play in others' lives. When I signed up to be a dad, I had no idea the level of accountability, the level of responsibility, the level of joy, the level of pain, the level of exhaustion, the level of energy. I didn't understand the concept of it. And now that I'm in it, there's a few things that I have learned that have just been amazing. One of the things that I remember is number one, is I remember when my daughter was, my second daughter was about 3 weeks old. She was not doing well, she was not thriving, she was not eating, or she wasn't taking breast milk, and so she was losing a bit of weight, losing a bit too much weight. And so we went through a period of about a week where there's just a lot of panic, a lot of restless nights, a lot of no sleep. And I remember in that moment thinking that like my family needs me. That because of the fact that I had taken care of myself to the best that I could, because I made that mistake with my first daughter, is that when my first daughter came, so she's now going on 6. I remember thinking, okay, they are the most important thing in my life. I'm going to do whatever they need first, and then I will take care of myself after. But what ended up happening is that when I didn't take care of myself in the beginning, I had very little to give them. I remember my first daughter being up in the middle of the night one night, and my wife had been up for a long time, and she's like, okay, you got to take over. And I remember like thinking like, I don't know if I can do this. I was so exhausted. And I thought back as I was walking my daughter, I remember thinking, oh, this is the result of the last month. The last month I have not taken care of myself. I've been eating like crap. I've been going to bed way too late. I've been super stressed, and all these things that were piling on got me to that moment where I'm like, this is why. And so we often discount the fact that the things that we do for ourselves affect others and affect down the road. And so one of the things that I remember thinking at the time was that I got to start taking care of myself so that I can be there for them. Because the fact is that your family needs you. Your circle of influence needs you. There's the old analogy about putting your oxygen mask on first when you're on an airplane. They teach you that every time you get on an airplane before you take off. They teach you all of the safety precautions. And so they teach you to put your safety mask or your oxygen mask on first before helping someone else. Because you will not be good to anybody on an airplane. You can't save your kids, you can't save your neighbor if you yourself are passing out. If you yourself are in distress, you're not gonna be the one to help. And as a leader of a family, whether you're a mom or you're a dad, you are a leader. You are the king and queen of that castle that where you live. And so have you considered that the decisions that you make concerning your own life, your own health, have that effect on others? And so the one thing that I want you to take away from that is that they need you to need you. You need to take care of yourself for you so that you can enjoy the great days, so that you can get through the bad days. And not just get through the bad days, but thrive through the bad days. Be an example for the ones that are going into the bad days, that you will get through this by looking after yourself. And the other big lesson that keeps coming to me right now as I think about Father's Day again is my 6-year-old daughter now. But 4 weeks ago, we were doing something at home, and it required her to really concentrate on something. So my daughter was putting some yarn through like a little bead, and so she was making like a bead necklace, and she was really concentrating. And as she was doing it, I noticed her doing something that as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. So one of the things she did, seems pretty subtle, no one noticed that she does this except for me, is that when she's really concentrating, she does this. She puts her tongue up against her cheek like that. And I thought, you know who does that? I do that forever, for this, as long as I can remember. And people have pointed out to me, my mom has actually pointed out to me, that when I'm really concentrating on something, on a task, I'll stick my tongue up against the inside of my mouth, my cheek like that. And I saw my daughter do that, and it blew me away. Because it's not like I told her to do that. It's not like I said, here's a lesson in concentration. Do this, do that. But she watched me do it and then emulated me. I was the example that she was following. So how many times as a parent do you tell your kids something that you yourself are not doing? And I'll have you consider that it's not what you say, it's what you do. That they may not do what you say, but they most certainly will do what you do. So I know that when I'm taking care of myself, when I'm taking my supplements, when I'm getting adjusted, when I'm exercising, when I'm prioritizing my sleep, when I'm prioritizing my health, it allows my kids to learn that as well. It sets the example for what this is how we live life. This is how you live life, because this is what I do, not this is what I say. Because as primitive of the brains as we think our kids are, they are sponges and they are always learning. And they're learning mostly by watching. My youngest one, she's 2.5 now, my youngest one is learning to speak. Not because there's some sort of lesson, but she's watching us, she's watching our mouths, she's listening. And because of that, she's putting it all together and she's starting to say more and more words. That's how we all develop speech. So who you are matters. What you do matters. And if you want an amazing life, then one word to get rid of is the word someday. Someday, when I'm not so busy. Someday, when I'm not so stressed. Someday, when I'm not so tired. Someday, when I'm not in so much pain. Someday, when I feel better. Then I'll do things to take care of myself. Then I'll do things for my longevity. Then I'll do things for my body. Then I'll do things for my relationship. Then I'll do things for my kids. Because someday never comes. You have an opportunity today to take charge. You have an opportunity today to rise up. You have an opportunity today to show your family, to show your circle of influence, to show your tribe, to show your employees, to show your employers, to show your customers, to show your clients, to show your friends that you matter, that people like us do things like this, that because I take care of myself, because I prioritize my life, because I prioritize my health, my kids will do the same, my family will do the same. Because you may not think that you matter. You may not think that you are an influence on other people. You may not think that the things that you do affect the lives of others. You may seem insignificant to yourself, but I'll have you consider that you are more significant, that you are more important, that you are more valid, that you are more unique, that you are more important than you are allowing yourself to believe. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in you. So remember, they need you. You need you. It's time. Today is the day. So hit me up in the comments below. What are you going to do today? What area of your life, what area of your health cross the foundational 4? Fitness, fuel, focus, and frame. Have you been ignoring? Have you been saying, I'll do it later. I'm too busy. I'm in too much pain. What area across your whole life, across your body, across your purpose, across your business, across your family, across your relationships, have you been ignoring? Have you been saying one day, someday? And may that someday be today. See you on the next video.